Day 2 is over, and I've got some opinions for you. When Super Smash Bros. 4 was first announced, my opinion was immediately that the Wii U Pro Controller might be the best way to play it, as the last two games you could use the GameCube controller, and it was definitely really good, and Brawl felt like the perfect upgrade because it was smoother, and those smash hits were so much easier to pull off with the GameCube controller. But a lot of people tried playing it, with the Wii mode, and you'd beat them too easily. You'd rock up to someone's house, you'd break out your GameCube controller, and you'd destroy them. Because it's perfect. It feels really good for the game, and anyone who's played like Melee or Brawl, they've had hours practicing with this controller. I was getting ready to make the swap. I understood that maybe you'd have to use the gamepad even, or Wiimote and nunchuck combination. These things happen. Sometimes you just have to adjust. The classic controller works, that's fine, like another way. But then of course, Nintendo decided to be awesome. They decided to give us this. And I know you've all seen it. It's been announced for a while. It's not brand new. But the design, let's talk about that. While they're getting rid of the words GameCube appears, which is fine. They don't need to write GameCube on it anymore. There will be kids playing with these who have no idea what a GameCube is. I, however, love my GameCube controllers, and they are wonderful. So when they announced this, I was cheering to think that I could use the same release controller that I used with Brawl, which is the white one with the really long cable. These are wonderful. These are perfect. Everyone can sit back relaxed and not worry about pulling over the console, which could sometimes be a concern with Brawl, but that was from drinking. There is also another controller in the works, which, well, actually they're pretty cool, but they do require being plugged into the Wiimote, but I'll stick with this one. So these are alright. They will work the same way as the classic controller. They're designed more like the GameCube controller. I do like how the A is still the primary button. That is something I've never been against. It works. It works well with Smash Brothers, so this will be a really good test. And even though I have so many different controller combinations to use, I will probably try out the other ones. It'll be worth checking out. Oh, and obviously there's one more controller. That's the 3DS. That'll be really fun. Obviously, only for the 3DS version. But I'm really looking forward to the 4-player sort of co-op campaign thing that turns into multiplayer battle. That'll be really fun. My original reaction to Hyrule Warriors was also a good one. I looked at this and I was very excited. Not because I had played any Dynasty Warrior games, but because I had played something a little bit older than that. I spent a lot of time on the GameCube exploring Koei and THQ's release of Mystic Heroes. Now this game was fun. I really enjoyed this. This is another 4-player co-op campaign, which I may have told you before I really enjoy. It's it's open field beat 'em up, bosses arrive. It sounds a lot like Hyrule Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, so I decided to look back and have a look at this. Now originally, Fengshin Yanyi, which, well, it's a Japanese-made game, but it's based on Chinese mythology, and it's actually really popular in Korea because a lot of their older stories get a little bit mixed up, and no one's really too sure of who started what, who told the story first. So they're just enjoying the fun. Everyone can share in this story. It's interesting. Chinese mythology is pretty great. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Journey West, so things with the Monkey King, which inspired Goku, obviously, and his name is Goku too. So yeah, that's the throw up there. But let's have a look at Fengshin Yanyi 2. Now this game was released in 2002, and okay, so this one is what changed up the gameplay. They went from an RPG game to be more like an action one, like a few other games that had been released by Koei at this time, entitled the Warriors series, which really sounds like the prerequisite for Dynasty Warriors. I'm not 100% sure, tell me if I'm wrong. I've been reading up and trying to figure it all out as I go. But Mystic Heroes, however, now that game, I've just... oh, it's great. I mean, it's a little annoying that I've never been able to check out these extra characters here, but maybe I'll find a PS2 at one point and try that out. However, the combat in Mystic Heroes is pretty fun, and if that's any indication of what Hyrule Warriors is going to be a lot more advanced version of, then I will give it a very thorough playthrough. 2-player co-op might be enough. I mean, I enjoy the idea of playing as Midna, or even as Impa. That'd be really good. And see how it goes in a huge beat-em-up arena.